So I'd love to hear your perspective on motherhood and how that's been so far.
So it's funny. Motherhood is hard. Okay.
Period.
Like I could end right there.
That's it. Let's go home.
That's it. It's hard, but it's so beautiful, and fruitful and stretching.
Yeah.
Because like for me, I had my son at 24, so I'm a baby in my opinion. Like I just got out of college, a few years, and I'm now stepping into like adulthood, I guess, my first job and all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And I had my son, and it was hard.
It was hard.
But I realized I was, one of those things where it's like I'm kind of growing up with him as well. Mm-hmm. And so none of us have a manual when it comes to kids. I needed help.
Yeah.
I needed help. And, with working and all of this stuff, I've been fortunate to have my family around to help me with him. And, he's the baby. Yeah, he's the baby of the family. So, everybody is on top of that child. So
I know they're loving it, every minute of it.
Yes. So just having that village around me of support has, it's one of those things that can make or break you, and it's definitely made me, and it's still making me. But I know I couldn't have done it without the support of them. It has its ups and downs, but a great experience.
Well, you said it all. First of all, you said it all when you said motherhood is hard. Period. It is hard. But it's a good hard. It's a hard that is rewarding. It's a hard that when you've finished it or when you've done it, you never really finish it, because even when they move out of the house, you're still mothering. You're mothering even kids and people who are not birthed out of you. So motherhood is more than the children that you birth, but even the people in your life that you're nurturing constantly. But what you said about the evolution is so true, and I know I heard it somewhere. Maybe it was Oprah that was saying that when your kids are younger, that you're their manager. You manage everything that they do. Like you said, you change their diapers, you manage their work, their homework. You're a manager, but they will get to a stage. Hello, Kristen. How are you? Thank you for stopping by at Activate Her Purpose. I really appreciate you.
No, thank you for having me. I'm really excited for today, and it's been a long time coming, so we're here.
I know it really has been a long time coming, but I am so thankful that you had the time today to stop by. And today just so happens to be thunderstorms and rain, but we're going to get through it. So just in case you hear some thunder in the background, it's okay. We got this. But before we get into our conversation today, which is going to be so fascinating, I want to give a brief bio of Kristen Leacock. And it's great because Kristen and I have these conversations, at least for the past 2 years, behind the scenes, almost every other week. And now we're going to bring those conversations to you all. And I hope you enjoy it as much as we do. So Kristen Leacock currently works as an enterprise tech support specialist. Outside of her day job, though, she is the host and storyteller behind Keeping Current with Kristen, a platform where conversation and storytelling bring people together and highlight the journeys that shape into who we are. Through her work, she blends her faith with her love for people and cars, which we'll get into today, guided by their motto, where the road meets life. However, Kristen's most important role is being a mother to an aspiring professional soccer player, okay?
Yes.
And we know what's going on right now, FIFA fever right now, but
Yeah.
he's such a handsome and wonderful young man who has a natural knack of debating and keeps her on her toes every single day. Please welcome to Activate Her Purpose, Kristen Leacock.
Yes, thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Kristen. And I just ran through a brief bio, but we know that you are definitely more than that. I know that in the conversations that we've had over the course of so many years, and just so fascinated and impressed with your journey. I love your audacity, to say the least. And I just want us to get a little bit into your story and tell us a little bit about yourself that maybe wasn't quite captured in that bio.
Yes. So just going back into that, of course, my faith is a big part of, who I am and who I'm becoming, really. So it's an ever evolving process. And I also love people. That has always been a part of my heart. When it came to others, I like talking to people. And I just like meeting people because everyone has a story. Everyone is going through something, we're human. And then also, of course, I love cars. I have a muscle car myself. It is bright orange.
Do you? I see that car every day.
Yeah, you cannot miss it.
You cannot miss it.
But I love cars, so I like to go a little fast, allegedly in the right time, right spaces. But that is another side of me. So I love, again, with the people, but then there's also the part where my hobby is part cars. So we'll definitely talk about these things today.
Yeah, absolutely. Because really, my other question was, what's a passion of yours that obviously outside of work that brings you the most joy and keeps you grounded? And I think I know some of the answer to that, but I'll let you respond.
So hobbies wise, of course, it is cars.
Yes.
I actually also like pottery, which I don't get to do often, but I am trying to. But I picked that up in high school, so I do like making pottery. But I do love cars. I've grown up with them, playing video games and things like that. And then of course, for any car lovers who are hearing this, Fast and Furious movies. So that's kind of the staple.
I don't even love cars that much, but I know the movies.
Exactly. Yeah. So you always know of the movie, but that is definitely a staple in the car community. Those are just some things that I've kind of picked up along the way. And with cars, because of also my love for people, I've been able to kind of bridge those two together, where it's kind of like, I can meet new people when it comes to the car community. And then also recently, what I am, of course, trying to do more of is to bridge my faith with the cars. There are some upcoming events that I'll be doing that are a mix of the Christian faith, but then also our love for cars. God loves to have some fun too. He is not a boring God. So
he has a sense of humor.
Yeah.
For
so,
sure.
So those type of things, I'm grateful for, because then I get to see people who, may not believe in God or have any type of faith, but then, I can say hey, we just talk about cars and it's a nice open door, just to encourage them. And, you don't have to be preaching in people's faces, but, you are encouraging them and you are lifting them up and letting them know someone is there for you. So it's been very interesting over the last few years. And, I'm just looking forward to see even where those two type of things can kind of, take me and help change the world, for God. So
Absolutely.
We'll see where it all goes.
Yes. What's funny? When I first met you, we started talking, and when you mentioned the car thing, I didn't get it at first, because first of all, you're not the typical, first of all, most of the time it's the men that are into cars in that way. And also, as a person of color, a black woman, I always wondered, how do they react when you go to these car shows and then you're like, you pull up and they're like, okay. I'm interested in their reactions to you.
Honestly, it's hilarious every single time. Because especially if I get out the car, you know, they're like, oh, wait, I was expecting
like, wait a minute.
Or actually just yesterday I went to the gas station and I'm in the car, the front seat driving it. And the gas attendant is like, is this your car? And I'm like, yes, it is. Yeah. So it's a lot of those moments. And like you're saying, when people see me, they don't realize like, oh, wow, there's like this different side to Kristen. Because I'm, you know, I'm not quiet necessarily, but, you know, I'm like business and, you know, just getting things done. But then when they see my car, it's completely different.
Wow, okay.
And so it's very funny. And I love when kids see it, especially because, you know, kids don't lie. So they are very truthful when it comes to their reactions. And it's always beautiful to see that they enjoy it, or they're like, wow, you know, I would love a car like this. So to hear things like that too, it's like, wow, I was in your shoes, you know, when I was your age. And, you know, I've been fortunate to have this car. So, you know, just even hearing those type of reactions as well, it's just really nice in a sense. And just because it's like, wow, you made somebody smile for the day, you know. And again, I like talking to people, so then we always end up in different conversations. Yes, it's a great icebreaker, honestly. And so it's people are very shocked most of the time.
Oh, that's so good. And I think we had the conversation, and I was saying, and I love the fact that you brought up the fact that you want to bring your faith, you want to bring your background into your love of cars. And one thing that stuck out to me is that most of us spend at least 4 to 5 hours in our cars, either going to work, coming back to work, going to grocery, going to church, going to anywhere. And everyone driving a car has a story. And that's such a unique angle to, especially with your channel, Keeping Up with Kristen, that you can explore more that most people don't even realize, that you can meet people behind, whatever car, whether it's luxury or basic, but they have their own story. How have you been able to navigate that in your journey?
So I would say it's really been the fact that I have just been able to discuss with people and just have conversations. So it does come easier for me to talk to people. And I think because of that, people have just been a little more receptive when it comes to things. So because of that, again, I am able to just discuss different things with them, or people might honestly even talk to me about different things. And I believe it's because then I build a trust, or, I build that connection with people that I get to meet. So just being able to do that it's been eye-opening, to be honest, because I was not expecting any of that.
Do you have any fun stories that you can share?
Some fun stories. Oh, wow. So I actually took my car to Florida. I drove to Florida with it one time, and I met up with a car crew out there. And it was basically all charters. So I have a Dodge Charger, and it was full of chargers, and I have never seen that many chargers at one time together. Wow. So for me, it was a great experience. And, in Florida, the highways are very long. And their speed limit is a little bit higher than New Jersey. So, there's different dynamics. And I was able to, I actually even recorded we call them car cruises. And I recorded it, and for me, just again being able to meet new people in a different state, and just to know that regardless of the type of engine I had, because I have a V6, they have V8, so that of course means they are a little more powerful. But it didn't matter in that time, and I was very grateful for that, because I was like this random girl coming from New Jersey, going to see like other car crews, but it was just really fun that I was at least embraced, and even them seeing what type of car I had and the design on it, they were like, wow, this is different. And so for me, that was just really fun, just to see some other like-minded people in another state as well. So I had a good time, and I would love to do it again.
Yes. Well, I know we've lost a few people on the car conversation, because, everybody has different tastes around cars, and you've really opened my eyes around this whole, I didn't know there was a whole community, but this is interesting, and this is so good to be able to expand our minds, expand our interests, and not be just one cookie cutter hobby that we have. So I love that. But to pivot a little bit, I want to find out how, what are some of the strengths that you've had for a long time. You mentioned the fact that since you were young, you had a love for cars. What are some of the strengths that you've had for a long time that you think has been underestimated, maybe because of your day job or your hobby or something like that? What are some of those strengths that you see coming up to the forefront now?
Connection with people. Like I know I mentioned that earlier, but when it comes to my connection with people, I always just thought, I was like a people person, just nice or whatever that was. But the older I get, and the deeper I get into my faith, I realize it's not that I'm just nice to people. It really is that I try to see people for who they are as much as I can. Does it happen all the time? No, I am still a work in progress in those areas. But just the fact that I am able to connect with people, and I love community, because we can't do it alone. So for me, the strength that I've witnessed over the past few years, especially when it comes to just the communities that I've been able to be a part of and help build or help grow in some sense, to me, that has been a really huge strength that I didn't understand at first. But now I do, because I'm like, again, we can't do this life alone. People are going through things that you may not know about, but just to be able to have that community and say, like, I'm here for you, or, let's do something where we can just, grab a cup of coffee and, I hear you, I see you. And for me, I've been tapping into that some more, because again, people try to do it by themselves, kind of secluded, and you can't make it through by yourself. Like, you really can't. So for me, that has been my strength when it comes to the community, and just being able to, just tap into that some more, and, see what's going on, around us, outside of ourselves, because it's bigger than us. So
it really is.
It is.
It really is, and I have to commend you, because you definitely are the person who is proactive. Like, you will schedule a meeting with me, and we will have our conversation, and after the conversation, you just feel light. You feel like, okay, I am seen. Oh, yeah. And you would share something with me, and I'd share something with you, and that is sometimes a lost art, because we are so busy in every area of our life that you forget that you have to be intentional. You have to take time out, reach out to people, reach out to friends, family, and I really commend you on being proactive and being able to connect. And that's why I feel like over the few years that we've known each other, it has really blossomed into a really great friendship, partnership, I've learned a lot. I told you the other day that when I have to say this, when I started this YouTube channel, this was 2025, so beginning of last year, I literally just jumped in, and I knew a little bit, but I didn't know a whole lot. And then I found myself getting stuck somewhere, and I reached out to you because you already have some experience with podcasting. And one of the things that I got stumped on, you just gave me one tip on what to do. Since then, it helped me build and grow and just keep on learning. So I just love that about you. I love that about your sunny personality. You're always smiling.
I try.
But I know that it's not easy either. I know all of us are going through one challenge or the other, even though we have successes as well. How do you keep up this positive outlook on life, even when you're going through challenges?
It's really been nothing outside of God, to be honest. The last few years, 2-3 years, I went through some really dark moments in my life. And if it wasn't for even the community that I had, like my mentor, my spiritual mom, with just being around her, even in those dark moments, like you would hear her voice or like saying something or like a reminding something that she has said. So my mentor, my faith, the hope that I've had has really kept me going, because even in those moments, I always knew something better was always going to come.
Yes.
And so, the phrase is like, you see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Right.
And that's literally what it was for me. I didn't know how long it was going to take me to get out of those moments, but I just knew I was going to get out. So because of that, it's really just helped me push through even the days where I'm like, I don't really see the light.
Can I go?
But it's like, I know it's coming. So, you have to go through things in life. You have to learn lessons. So it's never wasted. But it is something that it's like, you do have to keep pushing. Even if you take 1 or 2 steps back or 10, you still have to keep going, and you just take it one day at a time, and it'll get better. May not get easier sometimes, but it does get better. So for me, it's really just been my faith and just the hope that I've had that has kept me through it all, and is still keeping me through.
Preach it. I know the feeling, and I know exactly what you're saying. Thanks for that. And also, part of what you mentioned before is your connection with people, and I know that connection led to the conversations around cars, but also more than that, about life in general. What made you go into podcasting, and how difficult was it for you to take that first step? What are some of the tips? I'm asking for a friend.
Okay, well, tell this friend.
Tell this friend.
So what made me get into this, because I was actually doing weekly announcements for an organization which is called Global Favor Prayer Embassy. And I was part of that, and I was doing their announcements, and I've never done anything like that before. Like, I was never really on camera, but I actually enjoyed doing it. Like, it was one of those things where I'm like, wow, I'm actually good at this, not in, of course, like this arrogant way, but it was more of like, I'm confident in doing, this media thing. And so it kind of just, I guess, evolved from there. And then, I went through my own things, and I essentially then started a podcast, and it was car related. And taking that first step was really hard, because at this time, this was back in like 2022, 23, podcasts were not big at the time. They were like now starting off. There was always podcasts, but it wasn't as much as it is now.
Yeah, exactly.
And so for me, it really was kind of like starting from scratch, because I'm like, are people even listening to podcasts? Of like, is this real? Should I actually be doing it? Right. But because I enjoyed it, and it was something that I was happy with, it was became like this little hobby in a sense. And I just really enjoyed it from there. So it took a lot, because again, at that time it was very new. So I wasn't even sure who to look at, what to do. So I ended up just, taking the skills that I learned doing the announcements and just turned it into that. So it definitely was a learning curve. I had to learn how to, edit videos and do all of that.
See, that editing, that one, it's no joke, but it's great. Once you start learning and you start getting used to it, then it becomes second nature. But that first couple of times you try, you would
I'm telling you, do you know how many times I wanted to be like, forget this podcast, because I'm just like, I don't want to edit these things, the time it took to do it. And then I am a slight perfectionist, so it was like, oh, well, this isn't right, yeah. Thankfully now I am no longer that perfectionist, and I'm just like, it looks good, of course you do your best, but I'm like, I've gotten to a point where it's like, just put the content out. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't need to be, what someone else is doing. It's really the content that you're providing. That is really what people are there for. And everything else, of course, will fall into place. You'll learn, you'll evolve. Like, I even look back sometimes at like my first videos to like a year later, and I was like, oh my God.
I'm like, oh my gosh.
Like, what?
This is out in the world? Oh my gosh.
Seriously, I've been like, maybe I should take this down. But it's one of those things where it's like, then you also have to change your perspective a bit and say, you know what?
It's growth.
Well, this is how far I've come.
Right.
And I'm very proud of that. And then again, the content isn't bad. It's not the content. It's just maybe I may have edited a little weird or, something different. But the content, again, of itself, it will be evergreen. It'll stand time. Yes. And so I am very proud of my first episode, especially it's your first episode. Like, that's a milestone. Like, you did it. So I'm now at a point where it's like, I don't care what it looked like. I'm just proud that I got it out. And I kept going, even if there were times where I took time off and hiatuses and all of that, but I still kept going and evolving. So but it's still a little cringe, don't get me wrong, but but you move forward, and you just got to keep learning. That's it, and your craft will follow along.
Yeah, and it's funny that the thing that you cringe on, people don't even cringe, they don't even notice it.
Yes.
We're our worst critic, and most of the time. Right. But even in this age, I think about it a lot, in this age where everything is AI, you don't even know if anything is real. It's more important than before to have real people talking, real people sharing their stories. People are starving for the authenticity that is outside of AI generated content. So that's another thing that encourages me to just speak, share, have conversations like this with real people who are going through the motions, who are going through challenges, who are enjoying successes and how they got there. What are some of the things that they had to overcome? How are we, similar in those regards? That is what people want to hear, and that's why, and that's what keeps me going. And I'm sure that's the same for you.
It is. It's a beautiful thing to see, to be honest. Because like you're saying, you get to put out the stories, and with AI on the rise, it is very helpful. I know, Shola, you have shared some things with me, and I'm grateful for that, because productivity, things that would have taken you years, months, whatever is now taking you like within the week. And so I'm stepping into that myself, because you have ideas, but you may not know how to do it. And but like you're saying, the authenticity of it is really key. Because you can use AI for your stuff, but people will sift that out real quick. And honestly, yes, it can help you, but if you really want to connect with people, you have to actually connect with people. Like we can't do that with programs and we can do that. It's the connection of humanity, I guess. So you have to be able to know when to use it, when not to use it, so that it is in your favor. But then also with your audience, they need to see who you are. They can't just see this robot, but if they don't know who you are, they're not going to connect.
That's true.
And so I do love AI, don't get me wrong, but I do prefer to actually have the conversations and do what I need to do with whoever is listening or watching.
Right. And it's not even only on the other side, like the people listening. For me, I know that I've spoken to so many women like yourself that I have learned so much. I didn't even know what I didn't know until I had that conversation. So this is, beside it being a hobby or a podcast or a calling, I am learning a ton over the past couple of years that I wouldn't have known otherwise. So
yes, 100%. So I'm tapping into it some more and see what other things I can be productive with, and just keep growing. So it's been great.
Awesome. So we're going to pivot a little bit, and I also want to know, because I know one of your best roles in life is motherhood, and I just want to hear your perspective as a working mom, as an entrepreneur, as all of the things. How have you continued to grow in this role? How has it changed over the years, especially since your handsome son has been growing up? Every time I see him, I'm like, wait, life just goes so fast. So I'd love to hear your perspective on motherhood and how that's been so far.
So it's funny. Motherhood is hard. Okay.
Period.
Like I could end right there.
That's it. Let's go home.
That's it. It's hard, but it's so beautiful, and fruitful and stretching. Because like for me, I had my son at 24, so I'm a baby in my opinion. Like I just got out of college, a few years, and I'm now stepping into like adulthood, I guess, my first job and all of this stuff. And I had my son, and it was hard. But I realized I was, one of those things where it's like I'm kind of growing up with him as well. And so I don't have, none of us have a manual when it comes to kids. We wish we did. Like the best way we can do it is, of course, with our Bible and say like, this is what, we can use. But it's still something that you have to learn and stretch yourself. So even in this journey, he's 12 now. He's a preteen. He is 5'6", so his little mama's about 5'3", so he's already taller than her. And it's beautiful seeing him grow, but then it's also a reminder. It's like I'm growing too at the same time. I'm learning, I'm evolving, and every stage that he's in, I'm also in a new stage. So it's this never ending just cycle, if you want to say, of what's happening today. What are we learning today? And he's, of course, as he's getting older, going to be a teenager next year. It's like, okay, now this is going to be a new phase, because he's no longer that little baby that I need to change his diapers. He's not that little kid that it's like he calls me for everything, you know, like mommy, mommy. Like it's now like mom. Like that transition from mommy to mom
is real.
I was like, who is mom? I was like, I'm your mommy.
Now.
What are you? So, you know, even things like that, it's like, wow, he's actually growing up. But I also, as a mom, have to realize I'm growing up too.
That's right.
And I've been trying to have like even just conversations with him where it's like, you know, where it's like, I apologize, like, hey, I messed up here. I'm sorry. You know, I didn't handle this correctly or whatever that looks like, because I'm learning too. So I try to see if I can get him to understand. It's like mommy loves you regardless, or mom loves you regardless. But I'm going to mess up, but I'm here for you, or, you know, I'm doing my best. Just at least keeping that communication open as much as possible, because it's like, again, I remember what he went through at his age, like, you know, different periods, of course, when it comes to technology and the things that are available. But it's like, I remember what he felt like at 12, or I remember what that was like. So it's really just the grace for both of us, I will say, to be on this journey together. No, we are going to mess up on both sides, but it's like, okay, well, when we mess up, are we learning from it? Are we growing? How are we evolving our relationship? Because it's a relationship, you know, like that's what it is. So, you know, it's a lot of things I'm learning still, and as we all are. No matter how long you've been a mom, once, twice, a few times, it doesn't change. And it's just really one of those things where you just have to be communicative, like, and just let them know you are doing your best. I'm here however I can, and we just grow together, and you know, take it one day at a time. But it's a beautiful thing, because you know, he went from a baby to now 5, 6. He's learning more about himself and like growing up, you know. And it's like, wow, I only have about 5, 6 years until he's 18, you know, and he's like an adult. So it's like, wow, where did the time go? And you know, you just make the best with what you can, and use your village. Use your village. And you know, for me, I'm grateful for my family, his godmother, who is my spiritual mom. So I love that, because it's like I needed help. I needed help. And, you know, with working and all of this stuff, I've been fortunate to have my family around to help me with him. And, you know, he's the baby. Yeah, he's the baby of the family. So, you know, everybody is on top of that child. So
I know they're loving it, every minute of it.
Yes. So just having that village around me of support has, you know, it's like, it's one of those things that can make or break you, and it's definitely made me, and it's still making me. But I know I couldn't have done it without the support of them through all of this. So yeah, while it is hard, you have to stretch in it. It's new, you know, anything you learn, it's new. So yeah, it's been a great experience, though. It has its ups and downs, but a great experience.
Well, you said it all. First of all, you said it all when you said motherhood is hard. Like, period. It is hard, but it's a good hard. It's a hard that is rewarding. It's a hard that when you finished it, or when you've done it, you never really finish it, because even when they move out of the house, you're still mothering. You're mothering even kids and people who are not birthed out of you. So motherhood is more than the children that you birth, but even the people in your life that you're nurturing constantly. But what you said about the evolution is so true, and I know I heard it somewhere. maybe it was Oprah that was saying that when your kids are younger, that they, you're their manager. You manage everything that they do. Like you said, you change their diapers, you manage their work, their homework. You're a manager. But they will get to a stage, and that stage is coming fast for you. And I am already there. Maybe you have been past it, but they will get to the point where you become their consultants.
Yeah.
And even as parents, we have to make sure that we know that there has to be an evolution in our approach towards them. And that's what I'm learning. That's also what many of the people in my life who have teenagers and who have young adults have realized that, okay, everything that I've poured into my kids when they were younger, this is now the season where they start to blossom and bear fruit of whichever direction that you pour into them.
Right.
So yeah, you're right. It's an evolution throughout their lives, and even me at my big age, my mom is still checking up on me. You're still pouring into me. So it's such a beautiful role, beautiful journey, and I love it. I love that answer. What would you advise women who have been pulled in different directions at work? There are a lot of single moms. There are a lot of moms who just have a lot going on, and they have to, well, this is not even particularly only for moms, but just women in general who have been pulled in different directions. What advice would you give them in order to become someone who has some semblance of balance? How have you been able to navigate that journey in your life, and what advice would you give other women who are currently going through it right now?
So one thing that comes to mind is really to take time to be quiet. Because while you are being pulled all over the place, you have thousands and thousands of thoughts that probably come in your mind every minute. But to take time to be still and to really say, okay, what is it that I want? You get your priority list together, you understand. So of course, do just a brain dump, just get everything out. Because that's one thing that I struggled with, to be honest, where I had so many thoughts and different things that, you're worried about, whatever, but they were all stuck in my head.
Yeah.
And that overwhelms me, because you're just thinking about it. But once I kind of did that, just brain dump on paper, I actually do it in my phone just because I don't always have paper. So it's easier. Yes, do it right in your phone. Once I started getting it out, I then actually saw it. And it's like, okay, these are the things that I'm thinking of, or these are the things that are worrying me, whatever that looks like. And you're able to now say, okay, what can I tackle now? What is something that I need to put off? You kind of give yourself this timeline, I guess.
Yeah.
And of course, it's not a hard-coded timeline, but it is something that said, this is what I need to do yesterday, immediate future, you understand what it looks like. And doing that for me kind of helped me also my brain not feel so cluttered, because now everything is out. It's like, okay, I was able, so it's kind of I feel, when people go to a therapist or something, and they just have this, I always call it word vomit, where it's people just go there and they just start talking, and just spewing out everything that they have been thinking about. And once they get it out, it's like, whew,
you feel better.
That feels so much better.
Yeah.
So for me, instead of the therapist side, is me at least just writing it down and getting it out. So I can just, the journaling, however you want to do it, whatever works for you, you just get it out of your head, because the more you keep it in your head, the more you're really thinking about it, but then there's no plan. Like there's no action.
Right.
Because now you're just going in circles. So at least writing it down will help. And then also, again, going back to what I mentioned like earlier in this conversation, using your village, using the people, the trusted people around you to say like, this is what I'm dealing with. I don't, and being honest, saying like, I don't know what to do, or I don't know where to go. So that will help you a lot as well, because of course you have those trusted people in your circle who have the wisdom, who have, or sometimes you don't even realize that they went through the same things that you have gone through. So being able to talk to people about it opens the door for you to then receive like the wisdom that they have, or the guidance that they have. Even if they don't have the answers, there's always going to be something that they share that will help you.
That's so true.
And as long as you know, just use those things, at least in my opinion, as long as you use those things, it's much easier for you, because all you're going to do is worry. So yeah, just being pulled into different directions, you have to kind of get it into place and into order. Or it's just going to be honestly unnecessary chaos that is always happening.
At least organize your chaos.
Right, like organize your chaos. I love that. Like that's so true. Because while it is chaos, you do have to put it together.
Put some guardrails around it.
Yes. And it's really like the boundaries of it, I guess, how I also see it. It's your boundaries saying, okay, this is what I'm dealing with, but I need to be able to move forward, and you can't move forward in chaos. In this spinning tornado, you can't. So all it's literally, that's how I see it. It's this tornado of chaos, and it's just spinning until the day that the tornado stops and you get everything in order. So that's what I try to do with mine, my thoughts when it comes to that, because I think a lot. I sometimes overthink. Not sometimes, I overthink. Let me be honest. I overthink. So having those two type of avenues for me have been very helpful. So writing it down in your trusted circle and just talk to them. Be open.
That's so true. And even in the area of ideas, I know that's true for you because we've talked about it before, that especially for people who are creative, I'm even though I have my technical side, my business side, I'm very creative, and I like coming up with ideas, and sometimes I feel like I have too many ideas.
Right.
So I realize that I really have to focus and hone down the stuff that I want to do at a certain time and season. And in order to be able to move forward, because if you have so many ideas and you're doing everything at the same time, it's slowing, you're doing nothing essentially. So I think that advice also pertains to when you have goals that you want to achieve, find a way to, first of all, consult with God, consult with the Holy Spirit, and lean. The word says, lean not on your own understanding, but acknowledge Him in all of your ways, and He will direct your path. And I've been using that verse every single day, even in terms of goals that I'm setting for myself. What do I want to achieve? What's my vision for the year and things? So I feel like that advice is apt for that problem as well. That's so good. So, Kristen, we've said a lot of stuff. In fact, I thought we just got started, but I know you have to go. But before you go, what is next for you? Personally, professionally, creatively? Let us in on a little bit of what you have going on.
So, I would say it's funny. I'm at a point right now where I am, because of this evolving process that I am going through, it's more of, I just want to make sure that, one, my faith is where it needs to be, and, keeping God first in all that I do. And like you're saying, He will direct my path. And I definitely, of course, want to continue with my podcast. I'm in the process of rebuilding, and it's a realignment, I will say, as to this next steps with, keeping current with Kristen and all of that, and just even name changes. And, it's been a very fun experience.
Right.
But those are the things that are coming up for me, and just looking to do, of course, when it comes to like the media side, I really enjoy that. So just kind of honing my craft and learning and doing some studying and reading, to see where my kind of weak spots are, or things that it's like I need to work on. So right now it's really learning, growing, and continuing to create. So any idea that I have been moving forward with it. So even if it's not released, I'm still trying to at least do it. So I'm more of just trying to take one day at a time. And as I learn and grow, I'm like, everything, falls into place where it needs to be. So yeah, it's just a lot of growing at this point. But yeah, so hopefully you guys, see me somewhere on a TV channel or something sometime. You never know, okay?
And we will say that you were here first.
Yes, she had me first, so break it out as an exclusive.
I'll take the royalties, thank you.
I love it. Yeah, so, those are the things. So it's more of like, just stay tuned for what's coming, and I'm excited for your journey as well, for, the things that are happening with you. So we're all growing, we're all learning, and we'll get where we need to be. So I'm just excited.
Every minute of it.
Yes.
So, and I will have Kristen's podcast and all of her social media right here at the top, as well as in the description notes. So, and before I let you go, I know this was the second time I said that, but I'd like you to finish the statement. A woman activates her purpose when she
is in alignment.
Yes.
So alignment does not have to mean perfection.
Nope.
Because none of us are perfect, only God is. And however, when you are in alignment, everything falls into place. So that includes your purpose, that includes your success, that includes your relationships, that includes everything that pertains to life and godliness. And I truly believe that. Again, I'm still learning it day by day, but it's becoming more real to me now, that once I'm in alignment, I don't really have to worry about it. Like it's hard because you're stretching, you're growing, but you have a peace about it, because it's a peace. So
the peace
it's
that
like,
makes no sense.
no sense, okay?
Right.
But once you get to that point, it's really like anything can come your way. And again, I'm not perfect. I'm still working on those things, but deep down in my heart, I know it's true. And that's all you can really do, is just stay in alignment. If you fall off, get back up and you keep going. So so for me, you're activating your purpose when you are in alignment, and everything it works out. It works out. So, yes.
I love that answer. Thank you so much, Kristen.
My pleasure.
If you are new here, Activate Her Purpose empowers women to step boldly into our calling, embrace our gifts, and live the life that we are meant to live with confidence. So thank you so much for stopping by. We are so grateful for all of your gems, all of your insight, and we want to see more of the car episodes and see what else we can learn from your journey. Thank you so much. So
thank you.
Until next time, and until the next episode, let's arise, shine, and activate our purpose. Thank you. Bye.